you think the season's gonna start regularly? Like, do you think they'll be able to save a season, or do you think it's gonna probably be like shortened down?
I have a feeling that it could be shortened down because we're into April already. Their initial talks were to get it back for May, but I don't think that's probably going to happen. So I think they're going to have to shorten the season. And they're also talking about going into a neutral site to play most of the games. Arizona was the choice to play all those games for every major league team. So I have a feeling that it's going to be very different. I don't think it'll be a full 162 games. It's probably going to be, well, if they start like June or August or even July, like any of those months, it's going to be half the season. Like maybe like bring it down to 100 games at the most. So that's what I'm thinking.
It's a fair point to say, Norbz. I'm actually believing that like baseball itself, the only way to salvage it, there's rumors are that Arizona will be the main area where they'll just play a couple of regular season playoff games to salvage the season. The Arizona mayor has stated that he is for it. Like, he's not against it. He actually wants to consider that option. So what do you think? Think Arizona's the place to have all the baseball games this year? Do you think that's a legitimate option?
Yeah, I think it's an ideal place because some of the MLB teams they do play spring training games in Arizona in various places, and I think it's it's even though that we're going through the situation of the COVID-19, I think it'll be good for the people of Arizona because they love their baseball down there. I'm a Diamondbacks fan myself, so I think that it's a good option. It's a good neutral site, although it's going to be like really hot in most days because the temperature could go over 100 degrees. So they may have to play certain games at night. But I think to me it's a great option. It gives more additional baseball to the people over there. So it should be a lot of fun if they're able to play most of the games there. But they just have to be cognizant about the temperature and the weather, and hopefully, like every team can play their games there. It's just going to be a huge planning to get everyone there to play their games.
Yeah, so you're absolutely right, Norv. So hopefully we will, baseball season won't be shut down. You know what? If it has to be Arizona, like you said, hopefully that will be the site to have it at. A lot of fans won't like it. A lot of fans might think it's corny. I totally get it. You're a big baseball fan. You might think it's corny as well. Like, you're a bigger baseball fan than I am. I think it's going to be absolutely corny that they're going to have it in one area in Arizona to finish the season. Hopefully that won't get to that point. Blue Jays fans, we're in Toronto, so for us, we hopefully will get the season going so we can catch some Jays games live. You can actually afford the tickets. So it's hopefully the season will be salvaged. Let's have some fun though. Like, okay, we're doing these unprecedented times, unfortunate circumstances we're going in, Norris. But however, living in Toronto, Canada, Sportsnet has been showing some reruns of the glory days of the Jays. The Jays, we've been sucking a lot lately. We have not been good. We've been dreadful, absolutely awful. But looking at the bright side, it's awful times right now. But looking at the bright side, they were showing reruns of the 92, 93 Blue Jays. Have you been able to watch those? It's a good thing,
Well, I've heard that they've been playing all those and been trying to catch up on those ones. But primarily lately, I've been watching like some classic All-Star games. Although I've been following on what Sportsnet has been playing. So it's great to watch some classic baseball, to reminisce the past and learn about the players that we had before, because we were kids back then, right? And we didn't really pay attention much on a lot of players. We just watched the game for the excitement of it, and certainly the Blue Jays' glory years have been tremendous, and it was pretty awesome for the city. And yeah, classic baseball in general is pretty cool to reminisce back and look back at the history, and like really pay homage to certain players, especially the ones that made the Hall of Fame. So it's a great respect altogether to watch classic games like those.
Absolutely, Norbs. And you know what? I'm actually let's get to some fun times now. Talk about good ones right now because baseball's not happening. Do you have do you have any top five Blue Jays moments that you can remember that you saw?
Well, the primarily the number one for me is their first World Series in '92. My second would be the '93 win when Joe Carter hit the game-winning home run. Jose Bautista in his home run in that division series against Texas was also tremendous. Carlos Delgado's RBI and record-breaking career with the Blue Jays have been pretty amazing too. During the '90s, I really enjoyed watching Carlos Delgado play back in the day, and like also I also respect and embrace a lot about the earlier Blue Jays history, like when they won the division title in 1985, and also the Dave Steeves no hitter in September 1990. So those are the events that truly captures my mind about the Blue Jays, and it's just some of the things that makes the Jays a really good competitive team. We had some awesome, tremendous players back in the day. They really put the city of Toronto on the map with all those achievements, and it's a great franchise for sure.
Absolutely. And do you have any Do you have any like top five Blue Jays players, Norbs, that you can think of off the top of your head right now? You don't have to rank them. You have any five Blue Jays players that come to mind?
Certainly. Well, Joe Carter is my all-time favorite Blue Jay. Roberto Alomar. I really idolized him when I was younger. Carlos Delgado, for sure. Kelly Gruber, and I'd say Tony Fernandez. Yeah, they've all been tremendous in making history for the Blue Jays.
Yeah, that's a good choice. I say it's probably I put Joe Carter, Roberto Alomar, definitely Jose Bautista, a 2015 home run against the Rangers, Josh Donaldson, and I think who should I go with the next one? You know what? I would have to go with Dave Stevens. I don't know if you guys remember. The young kids remember Dave Stevens. Like he in the beginning, he was the best pitcher the Jays had, one of the greatest ever, and he didn't.
For sure.
He couldn't play any pivotal roles with the 92, 93 teams, but he was on the 92 team as a backup pitcher. So he was still on it. But yeah, Dave Steve's another one. So that's top five. And you know what? If any of you watching want to comment on what you guys think is the top five, other than what me and Nora said, just comment down there below as well. So yeah, let's so what we can end at right now, Nora, is like, so for the Blue Jays, what do you think about their foreseeable future? The Jays, of course, Shapiro and Atkins era is maybe coming to a halt soon. They haven't been extended their contract yet. Do you believe the Jays should be looking for new management, and do you believe the future of the Jays look pretty bright right now?
With the talent that we have right now, it's I think the Blue Jays' future is going to be bright. We embrace young players, and we are certainly seeing all the young stars, showing their stuff, like Vlad Guerrero and Kevin Biggio and Bo Bichette. Nate Pearson, like I look forward to that kid going to the majors someday. He's totally ready. I think our future is bright. We've always developed a lot of homegrown players, and the management is really good for that. So for sure, we'll be back in the playoffs in no time, in maybe 1 or 2 or 3 years. The future looks really bright for the kids right now.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. We have, Vlad Guerrero Jr., Bo Bichette, like you mentioned, those players as well. Kevon Biggio, got to interview him. A great guy. We got a lot of good players. Nate Pearson in the farm system. So yeah, we're thinking the future. The future looks bright. Right now, it's not, but I think I'm giving 3 years. We'll be back in championship contention. I think. Do you give it
For
like 3 years?
sure, for sure. Yeah,
So,
definitely. Especially with Vlad and Kevin being sons of Hall of Famers, I think it adds an extra ingredient to their work ethic, because their dads had great work ethics when they played baseball, for the majors. Certainly, it adds something special to them, with their work ethic and their performing.